GM, everybody. I do not know how to play the normal song, so it was a bit fast. GM. So I'm here with Zen today. Miir isn't around. That's why I don't know what I'm doing. But as you can see, we all shipped our tokenomics page a few minutes ago. Please go and check it out if you haven't yet. We're just going to do a slow start so that more people can join the call. And I'm do some retweets and stuff while we do so.
That what usually happens? We wait 5-10 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll just chill for a minute, yeah. There's a lot of people talking in Discord right now, and I'm sure most of them won't come here.
Yeah, so normally like just post your questions.
We'll probably start by walking through the thing together. I will share my screen with the Medium article and we'll walk through it, and we'll share like me and Zen through it, and then we'll go from there. So let me pull it up. The Phoenix Rising plan. Okay, let's go. I think most of the people who's joining this call will have already read this and joined this call. So we're going to start off with just walking through it together, the two of us, sharing our thoughts behind it. And then while we do that, more people can join. So let's start off with why we're doing it this way. So this TGE, we're calling it a liquidity generation event because the main goal is actually to turn everybody in the community liquid. Everybody who has supported us to get to where we are today, you have access, you have earned MET while doing so, and without this TGE, we want to turn all of you liquid. What does that mean? It means that if you have earned MET in a variety of ways from the past few years, you will have full access to your MET without any vesting or inflation. And what this also means is that like there wouldn't be a constant downward pressure of tokens being unlocked every day, every month, and the inflation amount will be very low, which is what we want to do. I actually want to turn MET into an investable asset where the inflation is very controlled. So just to give an example, like most DeFi teams have about 100% inflation in the first like 6 months to 1 year, while MET will have 100% inflation over 6 years. So it's about 20% inflation, no more than 20% inflation a year. Another thing is that like most people doing IDO, most teams that do token launches use it to raise money. So they wait until the market is bullish, wait until everyone is very excited, wait until the revenue is doing very well, launch the token and try to use that chance to cash in as much money as they can. So like for example, Palm raised $1 billion. But for us, the Meteora team, TG is to turn all you guys liquid. So we will not be selling a single token. Anything that we do with tokens is to bootstrap liquidity, mainly on centralized exchanges. And we'll talk about this more as we go down, and it will make you understand a lot about the decisions that we have made. The only two people who will be locked up after TGE will be the team, us, and will be the future reward. So any future emissions, liquidity rewards, MET point season 2 will come from the treasury.
Yeah, the reason why we want to do this is that also we want to clear the slate, so we start on a very good clean start. Right, because I've seen a lot of DeFi teams as well. When they launch token every month or every 3 months, they worry about unlock and then they worry about the price action. Okay, so what we really want to do is to go back to build awesome stuff. Right, so we want to clear out the slate, right? Start clean, and then moving forward is really about building value. Right?
Yeah.
So I think this is a very important event, and we really need everybody's support, right, to make this happen.
Yeah, that's why they make us bigger. You might can figure out. That's stupid. Okay, yeah, this is good. Okay, yeah. So let's go over some questions that people are saying in the chat.
Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. So submissions then can read them too. Yeah. So Meteor has asked, so Meteor is confirmed to raise no money. You want to answer that?
Yes. So for this round, the team Meteora is not going to raise any money. So this is purely a community event. Right, so all the liquidity that's going to be seeded into the DMV2 pool, airdrop, everything will be all to the community.
Yeah, yeah, that's correct. And for those who are asking where do you send in questions, please send them into the Twitter chat if possible. The Discord chat is moving too fast, and I'm going to struggle to keep up with it. But so preferably just send the questions into the Twitter or YouTube chats. Yeah. Okay. So let me go on to the ending of our conclusion about more people sending in questions. So now you understand our goal. The goal of this TGE is to get the community have access to the tokens. So everything else that we design around this goal. For example, the liquidity distributor was built so that the team doesn't need to bootstrap the pool with our tokens. If you remember Juke TGE, Jupiter's team put in tokens from the Jupiter team's treasury, and then those tokens were sold to bootstrap liquidity. But for Met TGE, the community will be doing that instead of us. So it's one of the main things we did to do that. I think a successful TGE is to maximize the amount of MET that goes towards the hands of our believers. We want the community to be holding MET after maybe the first 2 weeks to be people who align with what Meteora is trying to do and our overall vision, which allows us to lay the foundation for Meteora in the future, which is why we call it the Phoenix Rising Plan.
And to just emphasize on that, the reason why we don't want to raise token is because we want to focus on one thing and do it well. So for this particular TGE, it's really focusing on the community side of things, right? The Phoenix Rising Plan, right? To really make sure that we provide value to all the community members through the DMV2 positions as well as airdrop.
Yeah. Okay. A lot of people are asking about Meteora, so let me speak more about it right now as we go down to the next step, which is the tokenomics. Yeah. So let's talk about Meteora. So many years ago, a DeFi team was started on Solana called Meteora, and Meteora is a predecessor of Meteora. Where Meteora is today is all thanks to the early supporters of Meteora who backed us, allowed our team to grow, and also to the users of Meteora who came on and used Meteora's products after the rebrand. The Meteora token is a relaunch of the Meteora token, which is why 20% of the Meteora token will go towards the old Meteora stakeholders. It was initially promised that Meteora would relaunch with 20% of the supply going to Meteora without any more dilution. But because of its long journey from where we were to where we are today, we introduced many more stakeholders at the LP Seamless Plan or the LP Army who's part of the journey, which sort of enlarged the pie and cut it up to more people as what you see here. So that's why the Meteora stakeholders are there. And it's kind of an interesting balance in that the Meteora stakeholders hold 20% of supply, and all the new users of our platform collectively also hold around 20% of supply, which is like the LP Seamless Plan, the launch pads, the launch pools, the LP Army members who contributed to our growth via the off-chain contributions, the Jupiter status, which is why we have this 48% of supply at TG, which is like 20% for Meteora, about 20% for our users, another 4% for other stakeholders like Jupiter and M3M3, and lastly, the reserve we have to bootstrap liquidity on centralized exchanges.
Yeah, just to add a little bit on the Meir side of things, because I was there since day one for Meteora, right? So say whatever you want about the Meir investors or the Meir holders, right? But the truth is, without the initial support, there will be no Meteora, there will be no Jupiter and no Meteora, period. Right. So that early belief, even when things didn't go perfectly, right, laid the foundation for everything we are building now. Right. So that's number one. Right. Number two is that, as what Soju said, we made that promise long before even LPM even existed. Right. So it's not really about favoritism or whatever, right? It's really about integrity and keeping promise. Right. And I think everybody here in the community wants to be part of a team and a community that stands by what we say.
Yeah.
Right. And it's not trust me, it's not the easiest thing to do, right? But we have to do it because this is something that we promise, right? And I do truly believe that the Meir holders, the reason why we are here is because the initial support of the Meir holders.
Yeah.
Right. And lastly is that instead of seeing this as a risk, why not let's see this as an opportunity, right? We now have a chance to welcome the Meir holders back, right? To show them how far Meteora has come. Right, and to bring them into the LPRME if they are not already there.
Okay. Yeah. a lot of the Meir holders actually became the early supporters of the LP army because back in the day where Meteora first relaunched, the only people who really knew who Meteora was were the ones who came along with us on Meteora. So I mean, I do understand why everyone is a bit up in arms about it, but imagine if you were the ones who bought a token that led to two beautiful products being formed, which is Jupiter and Meteora. But Meteora is a direct successor, of course. I think for us, it's really about like really paying homage and really recognizing the support that every party did, which is why TG is designed this way. TG is our celebration and our thank you to everybody who joined us today, and everybody played a big role. We're not saying that one group of people is more important than another, because all of us got us here today, and we're going to treat all of them the way that they should be treated.
Yeah, and as I think I mentioned before, if you grow the LP army, everybody wins. Everybody wins. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So moving on to something else, which is 48% are not at TG. I think everybody is afraid of this number because it's probably the highest any DeFi team has done. We are doing this because we want to get MET to a mature token status. We want to make sure that MET is a mature token with a strong business that's outly inflated, and we want to make MET an investable asset. If we were to vest any part of these people, we'll probably have insane high inflation, and all we will do is to favor people who want to sell on the first day, and not favor those people who actually want to be part of our journey, of our mission, which is why we're doing it this way. We have done a lot of work together. Me and Zen has been working pretty much like the whole day, talking to people non-stop about how to do this well and manage the risk. And right now, we're confident that we can do it, which is why we're unveiling this plan to everybody. So this CGE, you can choose to be a part of it or not. If we don't intend to be like, oh, screw you guys, it's so I don't give a shit. We truly just want to give everyone liquidity and then move forward with the aligned community.
Yeah, and it's really it's your choice, right? So we are here, right, because we really want to work with people who will truly believe our mission, our manifesto, right? Because moving forward, we want to spend time building value together with you guys and not constantly have to, explain or try to convince you of the value that we are building.
Yeah. Okay, going back to reading the questions right now. I'm just going to ignore punt monkey questions because it's not constructive. I'll answer everyone else's. Okay, Futrasa is asking 20% versus 15%. Please explain that logic. I know it seems that it's a bit unbalanced, but as I said earlier, mature stakeholders get 20% via directly mature stakeholders. But people who use our platform after that actually get around the same amount in a variety of ways. LP stimulus plan, launch pools points, off-chain contributions, Jupiter stated by Jupiter staker, M3 stakeholder. And one thing that we always have to remember is that the LP army will own almost all of the emissions going forward. All new tokens entering the supply via point season 1, 2, point season 3, they're all into the hands of the LP army. So I think right now it seems that they are under balance, but actually I would say that they're about equal. And then they will own almost all the future emissions, which is what it is, because as you guys said, and I actually agree, the mature stakeholders got us to today. But the LP army and the users and our community will bring us to tomorrow, which is why the emissions from today to tomorrow are all leaning towards the LP army.
Yeah, and as we said, the TG is only the beginning, right? So subsequently, season 2, all these things, right? The LP army will definitely be, benefit from all these ongoing emissions.
Yeah, they are the users from the very beginning, 48%, pretty much. Yeah, I think everybody is worried about the 48% at TG. So just to share, like with the liquidity distributor strategy that we have designed, the actual supply of airdrop was actually going to be 38%, with 10% being in liquidity. So if you look at numbers in that way, actually the numbers look a lot more manageable than what you expect. And that's really because the team is not selling tokens and we are letting the community bootstrap the pool. So the numbers actually look better. And if you actually pay attention, we have designed everything else around it to support the 48%. On this note, I actually want to talk about centralized exchanges a bit more. So if you guys have noticed, if you guys were paying attention, the TG reserve that I set aside for centralized exchanges and market makers, the reserve that I have set aside for SEX and MM used to be 2%, but now it's 3%. The reason is because we're now taking centralized exchanges a bit more seriously in our plan, because we recognize that their involvement to bring in net new traders and net new supporters of our mission is important to counteract the departure of older believers of our mission. So we will likely be pursuing an aggressive centralized exchange strategy with the goal of finding net new deployers to be part of Meteora. The idea is that we will use a centralized exchange, but we will not be using centralized exchanges just for another way for our current users to trade MET token. We'll be using our centralized exchanges and pursuing net new traders. So the amount of total volume should increase and not actually decrease, which will hamper the liquidity pool. That being said, it will still be executed over the first few hours and not immediate at TGE. So those people who are part of the liquidity pool on TGE will still earn very high fees on fee schedule, dynamic fees, as price discovery happens on chain. For all of you who's asking questions about starting market price and ending market price and all of that, we will unveil all of those in chapter 2 of the TGE plan, which is later this week or early next week, where we unveil the final pricing numbers.
Yeah, so don't speculate. Thank you.
Yeah.
3%.
There will be a fee schedule at launch, and fee schedule applies to both buyers and sellers. So if you actually think that everybody will dump the airdrop at TGE, be part of the liquidity distributor, and can earn 50% of all the things that are dumped in fee schedule. It's pretty cool actually.
No, pretty excited with the design, thanks to Soju, right? Yeah, because it really showcased the power of the MV2. Yeah, and that's the whole goal, right? It's like we also want to invite more users, right, to come on board and then to experience what our products actually can do.
Come on, guys.
Yeah, please drop more.
Turbo Terrace is asking about the NFT drop mechanic. We'll answer it more in the next chapter where we unveil it. Yeah, I forgot I could show the question, which I should probably do.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, so Poseidon is asking about whether people will withdraw and reduce liquidity in the pool. Actually, if you want to withdraw the liquidities from the pool and deploy your own strategies, you should, because we want to diversify our reliance on one pool and one range. This pool and one range should only really be fully effective in the first half an hour or so, while people withdraw and the LP army starts to deploy their own strategies. That allows MET to be very diversified in liquidity, all sorts of prices, ranges, pools, bins, which builds a more resilient token. So you should withdraw and do it. Okay. Nothing else right now.
No. Okay.
Okay. Let's move on down. Yeah, I still have a lot. Okay, so let's talk a bit more about which one should we talk about?
Where are we?
I mean, I just jumped to centralized exchange and market makers.
Oh, okay.
Let me just briefly talk a bit about the other allocations and Zen can jump in. So over the past 6 months, thanks to community feedback, we've actually posted many proposals about launch pads, launch pools, option contributors, Jupiter status stimulus package. And this post sort of finalizes all the numbers that pulls from all these previous proposals. I'm happy to talk about them now if you want to ask questions about them. But I also intend to spend the next few days like showing more behind the scenes of every single detail here. So you can wait for that. For example, I'll be unveiling exactly how we calculate and distribute the 2% of the M3 stimulus package, M3 stakeholders package. Yeah.
But by and large, all these numbers are not new, right? These are based on what we have discussed in the previous community calls and the proposals.
Yeah. So someone is asking whether if you are a net buyer, you'll be taxed at 50%. So the way the fee schedule works is that only in the first 1 minute or 2, the fee schedule will be active. It will start at 50% and it will drop exponentially to 2% or 1%. So if you actually want to buy the token, you can simply wait for a few minutes and buy, which means that you don't have to pay a fee, or you can just pay the fee at the very first block. The reason why we have this fee is an anti-sniper fee. And the reason why we need an anti-sniper fee is because we're going to use a very large range for the pool, which means that the starting price will be low and the ending price will be high. We don't want the starting price to be free money for snipers, so we're going to apply a small fee there. But more of this will be explained later. Poseidon is also asking whether we will use the funds of DRMM and bear some down pressure. I do think that a lot of the community will be providing their own strategies, and the team will also be doing some of our own strategies as well. I'm going to try to open Discord and see whether I can read more questions. Nope.
I see any question.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, let me just go over these numbers as well. Like, representing a total of 48% certainty supply at TGE. It is higher than what everyone else is doing so, and it breaks apart the low float, high FDV meta we see on crypto. We really want to launch a token that starts low and slowly drives up as we build and represents our building and our efforts and our progress as a protocol. A lot of discussions were around vesting token allocations, but that will only serve to have our price start high and drop over time. We want to start low, start small, with the community that really wants to work with us and build for the future. Yeah, Fairy Cat is saying that Meteora is the most powerful DeFi market making toolkit. One thing to note is that we are probably the only team who can pull off a certainty supply this high because we have all of Meteora's technology, such as the dynamic fees on DMM v2, single-sided liquidity distributor. So I'm actually personally very excited to pull this off.
When is the tracker? Oh.
Everybody is asking, a lot of people are asking when is the tracker. It will be out early next week or middle of next week.
Before 23rd of October.
Yeah, about 1 week before TGE. Yeah. Molu is asking whether the liquidity distributor will be in USDC and there's opportunity for Soul Code token. Molu is actually right. Because the main launch pool will be against USDC, we anticipate a lot of community pools being created against the Soul pair, which will create a lot of opportunities for the LP army. SO is saying that applying a 50% fee does not make sense to him. The 50% fee will last no more than 1 or 2 seconds. And even if you pay the 50% fee, the cost price of MET tokens wouldn't be ridiculously high because the price you're getting on the MET token itself is very low, plus a fee. It's purely to remove the advantage snipers have on the MET TG. We have learned a lot from Juke CG to MET CG, and we are happy to introduce that for MET TG.
How is the 2% flat allocation going to work?
Okay, so in the LP stimulus of 15% is broken down in 8 for 2024, 5 for 2025, and 2% for flat allocation. The 2% for flat allocation will be distributed in a welcome bonus to everybody who qualified for the minimum amount of points, and an additional bonus if you are a power user of Meteora, either by being very early or either by being a very conservative long-term users of the platform.
10% of airdrop liquidity is set aside for liquidity distributor. Does that mean it's first come, first serve? Yes. Yes, it is first come, first serve. So once the 10% is actually filled up, we will actually close registration.
Yeah. Purchasable, I can't see your question. Can you send it again? I didn't see your question. I'm sorry.
Why ignoring my question? It's moving too fast, guys. Sorry.
It's a bit too fast.
Sorry if you missed out a question, right? It's moving too fast.
Can we still propose utilities, no utilities? If you, I want to say something about utility. Like when you launch a $1 billion coin, having a discount on fees doesn't allow you to sustain a $1 billion valuation. So we have decided to low without utility and focus on building a very strong protocol and then returning value to token holders in another way in the future. So at the start, it'll be a meme coin until we build a strong enough protocol to transition into something else. But feel free to propose anything you want because I still read about it and participate in discussions non-stop.
Yeah, please do share any suggestions. But I do agree with Soju that at the start is just don't focus on utility, but rather do that than just put in some patchwork kind of utility, right? That doesn't really work in the long run. And we have seen that happen for quite a number of projects.
Is the microphone? Yeah, should be fine.
Mike, can you hear me?
No. 2004, can you hear Zen?
Can you hear me? Am I not?
Sorry, email, if you find it difficult to understand us. You can ask, you can text me on Twitter or Discord. I'll also reply you on text. And when we will also keep this community talk and add subtitles after this, so you can watch those as well.
But we try to talk slower. Okay.
But we should try to talk
slower.
It's a problem for me too.
When we're excited, we talk faster. Yeah.
We will announce the minimum points required for welcome bonus, maybe around either checker or right before checker when it's finalized. Yeah, Mikas is saying about utility, it shouldn't be free discounts or something crazy. I would love crazy ideas. There's some people who say that like, oh, Soju, like, why are you asking for community feedback if you're not going to take it? Let me tell you guys something. Most of our feedback is basic or very obvious. I need crazy shit. If you give me crazy ideas that actually I can pull off, I will actually go and pull it off. Like the liquidity distributor idea. If you tell me to commit crime or to take away someone else's tokens or just vest them, these are not suggestions that push the needle or make the difference, which is why it appears that I'm not taking your suggestions seriously. That's some feedback from me.
Okay, Ali is asking how does the first come, first serve. Also, there'll be a UI to allow people to register. Yeah, so you can actually convert your allocation to LP position. And once we hit the 10%, we just close it off.
Yeah, when you see your allocation, you will also see a button asking you whether you want to convert it to liquidity.
Oh, shit.
Another more is you have a personal intern who is reading and spawning everywhere. Very unlikely you do anything yourself. I actually basically spend all my time talking to the community, hearing what you guys say, and then making decisions of it pretty much nowadays. Yeah.
So this is a compliment to you, I guess.
I guess,
Yeah.
but it's really me. I don't pawn it off.
Yeah, Soju has to do it on his own, right? So that he can really digest and understand all your concerns. Right?
Yeah, so I have to do it on my own.
Yes. We don't. Yeah, we cannot delegate this to other people.
Soju, you run like 90% of launch rest of your group protocol. Thank you. Freaking sorry. I'm happy today that Meteora has a monopoly on 2 ideas. We have a monopoly on 2 ideas. I'm not really a fan of when people come up to me and say, I want to build pump fund copy pasted again. I'm like, sure, I can help you, but I don't really want to do something as boring as that. So I'm very happy that we have a monopoly on 2 ideas. How many coins does the team have? You can check that in the tokenomics. It's 18%.
Yeah, and it's vested.
Do you guys consider cap for drop for insane LP like Trump and others? For the teams that deploy tokens, they will be competing with other teams who deploy tokens and not affect retail. But no, there are no caps based on the tokens. Like there's no cap just for a Trump token. Yeah, 0x541NT is suggesting that we make it 15% for NFT instead of 10%. The way I calculated 10% was about 1 to 4 to 1 to 5 liquidity to airdrop ratio, which is basically what all the other teams use. And I use this ratio because ultimately I rather have less liquidity in the pool, but more attractive fees to people who are part of the pool, than to open it up too much and everybody that's affected by impermanent laws for not much fees in exchange. So it's a delicate balance, and I'm personally quite confident with the 10% number. What's the skincare routine? I have no skincare routine. I am just 25 years old. So
That's the skincare routine.
the skincare routine
It's called youth.
It's youth.
Youth.
Yeah. Tracker will be announced beforehand, right? Otherwise, it wouldn't be fair.
What do you mean? As in, it will be before TG, correct?
No, I think Stan is asking whether we would like give people a heads up that the tracker will be going live exactly at this time, so that they can register. That's actually a good point. We will discuss about it a bit more and let you know how we can reduce that. But actually, if you ask me, 10% is limited, but it's not like you're not trying to buy Taylor Swift tickets. It's like not, it wouldn't sell out like instantly. It would probably take a few hours to sell out. So I wouldn't worry about this too much. I hope. but I understand your feedback. Let me you into it.
We probably wouldn't spring a surprise on you guys. I think that's the thing.
Yeah. Do you guys have any thoughts on the starting FDV and NFT range? My thoughts are whatever we choose, it has to be right. It has to be wide. And the reason why it has to be wide is that the wider we go, the less impermanent loss our users face. So it has to be wide. That's my only thought so far. But the final numbers are not confirmed. Zen and Ben is brother or what? Who's Ben?
Which Ben?
Which Ben?
Oh my gosh. No. I mean, I'm not brothers to any of the bands anyway. So that answers the question.
Will the range from the DMM pool be released before allocation tracker? Yes, it will be released and talked about before the tracker goes live. And on the tracker page itself, you'll be able to view the range.
Yep. So everything will be transparent, right? So you have all the information you need to make a decision. Launch on DEX.
There'll be about an hour delay between DEX and centralized exchanges. At least an hour. Unknowns is saying 10 of the 15% community airdrop, others that 43%. It's actually 33%. And it's not that simple. It's 20% for Meteora, 20 or so percent for users of the platform via a variety of ways. Another 3% for Jupiter and M3 and 2% for M3 stakeholders and centralized exchanges. So it's quite well balanced if you ask me.
The launch pool allocation.
I will be releasing more information about how we calculated launch pool and launch packs over the next few days. I actually have them written up and I'm gonna talk about it over after this. Can I answer this?
How do you know when the 10% activation is filled? Would the option be gone and left with just claiming the tokens directly? Yes, as I mentioned that on the UI itself, you will be able to see how much of the 10% is being filled. So once you make a decision to convert it, it's actually an irreversible decision, right? Just to remind you guys. And yes, once the 10% is filled, we will close that option to actually convert. So yes, for those people who wants to convert and cannot convert, they can only claim the airdrop after that.
Yeah, I'm skipping past questions that I already answered. Someone is asking, what will I do at TGE? Will I be doing DMM or just DRMM? I would probably choose to put my own airdrop for using the platform. I used the platform a bit before I joined the team when I was at Jupiter. I'll put those tokens in the DMM so I can focus on working at TGE so I don't have to worry about claiming my own tokens. I remember doing Jup's TGE, I actually didn't claim my tokens for a few months. Because what's the point, right? There's no reason to rush to claim. I think I only claim it when the staking protocol went live for Jup. What will you do at TGE?
Oh, nobody asked me. That's it.
Ma, Shane asked again, but change to Zen.
I'll not be using any. I'll be focusing on TGE.
He has to work. How many people are there in the team? Do you keep track? Because I actually lost count.
20?
There's like 22 or 20 something. Yeah. Low 20s. I am reading questions across Twitter and YouTube, and I'm also reading Discord once in a while, but Discord's moving a bit too fast.
Yep. Liquidity mining.
Yeah, okay. So we have two questions on liquidity mining. So at the very least, we'll be doing season 2 with airdrop.
Yeah.
But we might consider how season 3 will look like. Maybe it'll be completely different.
Okay, but that's liquidity mining.
Yeah, like points. How do we do future points?
Oh, season 2.
Yeah, so we have season 2, but we don't. I know how season 2 will look like, but do not know how season 3 will look like.
Yeah, we haven't gone to the details yet, but when the time comes, we will release more information. Yeah. But it definitely include DMV2.
Can you allocate some funds to hire an English teacher for Soju?
Oh my
I'm
goodness.
sorry, it's my Singaporean accent. It's a bit hard for me.
Don't even hire for me because I gone case already, is it?
Because I thought more, maybe. There will be no allocation for Meteora holders in future airdrops. So someone is asking what's the allocation for Meteora holders in season 2. Almost all future emissions of MET tokens will go towards users of the protocol, which is why I say that like the LP Army and Meteora may be having the same amount roughly now, but that's only historical looking. Going forward, the LP Army own a majority lion's share of future emissions. For example, season 2 will only cover usages of the platform, DMN V2, but not to another airdrop for Meteora.
Yeah. In essence, the 20% for more holders is a one-time thing.
Yeah, it's a one-time thing.
It's a one-time thing.
Wow, basically people are asking more questions. It's exciting.
What question? Exciting.
As in, there's more and more questions. So a lot of people are asking about M3 and M3 allocation. So there will be a fixed amount of MET for both snapshots. So if you are part of both snapshots, you will get both amounts of MET. If you are part of one, you only get one. Okay, a lot of people are asking about the 2% fixed allocation for early contributors, and we should talk about it a bit more. So Ben Chow initially proposed 2% of supply for people who contributed to Meteora. We have renamed it to be the off-chain contributions to recognize people who help us get to where we are today. There is not immediately clear from on-chain numbers like points, TVL, fees, DRMM. These 2%, about 1.1 to 1.2% has been allocated towards the contributors form that everyone filled up, the role airdrop such as the S1 contributors or the LP Army members recognized for their effort. We'll be distributing the other 0.9% over time slowly over a variety of community bounties for the LP Army in terms of creating opportunities for the LP Army. So we're going to include all of them as significant supply, but the airdrop going out itself is about 1.2 to 1.1. And the rest will be released slowly by creating opportunities for the LP Army. I hope that answers your question. And let me just pull it out for everybody to read. Yeah. Let me just go back to this image because I think this is what everyone wants to see. Okay, back to questions.
Okay.
Poseidon's asking about the pool creation fee. Yes, pool creation fee on DRM is a bit expensive now, and we are hoping to release some features to make this easier, make this cheaper in the future, but it's quite far away. So B1 Trades has a petition to rename the plan to Pooping Phoenix. I think it's much his very sentiment towards the plan, but I understand that a lot of people looking at the plan may feel like it's bearish or bad in the first day. For anybody who wants to sell all their MET tokens on the first day, they'll be unhappy with this plan. But for anyone who wants to hold MET tokens for the long run, you will probably actually end up agreeing with this plan, and you know that there's no one's unlocking. If you want to be someone who sells the tokens on day one and then buys it back later when it settles down, whatever, good luck.
I mean, there's no one-size-fits-all plan, right? So this is what we designed to maximize the value for all our community members who really believe in the future of Meteora.
Okay, I think all the questions now are all asking the same few questions. I think as clips of this channel populate to everybody over the next few days, I hope you guys will be able to see and have the questions answered, or can try rewinding to see. Z on Discord has asked, please consider vesting Meir. I've answered that at the very start, or you'll definitely be clipped and sent out to everywhere. Miir, can you don't debate? You're not supposed to be here. You should be resting. Miir is unwell, which is why the two of us is here right now.
Where's Miir?
He's in Discord typing.
Oh, is it?
Okay. I'm going to go into the conclusion and then talk a bit more about why we're doing this, because there's a question about it. And then we'll just sit here and answer questions for the rest of the time. So why MET? Why are we doing TGE right now? Because we are doing TGE right now because we want to make the community liquid. We want to make everybody have access to the tokens and choose to be part of this journey or not. We do not want to hold someone prisoner, lock his tokens away, and then force him to be there even though he doesn't agree with where we are today. So that's the big reason why we're doing TGE now. Yeah, and like another reason why we're doing TGE right now is that Meteora is in a very good spot. We're actually in a very good spot. We have done a lot of good launches this year. We have built a lot of innovative asset classes like prediction markets. We brought a lot of opportunities to the LP army. This TGE will mark the acceleration of all our plans. I'm going to work 2 times harder. I'm going to bring you 2 times more asset classes on Meteora. Miir is going to bring you much more opportunities to learn how to use DRMM. We're going to have Metober at the end of the year. And this TGE is us accelerating towards our objective of achieving Wall Street in our pocket. One that is free and open for all to access, and one that is with you wherever you go in the world. And that's what we're going to spend all our time building after TGE. So I'm going to keep the tokenomics page now. I'm going to just sit here with Zen and answer questions from anyone and chill.
I'll conclude.
Conclude?
So you run through the whole thing already.
Yeah. What's your thoughts?
For TG?
What's the conclusion? Are you ready?
Bullish. That's one thing I learned. Bullish is the word.
Yeah, he said that's one thing I learned because I've been trying to explain to the boomer that bullish energy can also apply in real life. Like, it's not just us hoping that the price will go up. It's also the way our sentiment, our outlook of the future. Bullish.
Yeah, bullish. That's all.
Bullish. Soju, please give ticket for Metober. Apply on the form. We'll have registrations opens as well soon. Hi for TGE. June's Sen said good stories, Peter. Every pen you said good for community, and every single time was about to sell token to the community. I understand why you feel this way, but if you really understand why we're doing certain things and our track record and stuff, you actually understand that like we're really trying to build what's best for you and the Meteora community.
Yeah. And I think we ran a few communities and token launches before. So I'm not saying that we know the best, right? Because we're still learning a lot, but I'm saying that we have seen a lot and experienced a lot to come up with this current plan. So that's just our experience speaking.
Yeah. Purchasable is asking, can we confirm the number of wallets? We'll confirm the number of wallets in the next few days. I don't have the number off the top of my head. I know Meteora is 18,000 wallets, but I'm not so sure about this number, about the 1.1%.
Yeah, the team is currently working on the CSV, and then we are verifying stuff. We're working through the night. So give us some time, right, to sort this out.
We are currently in CSV verification hell. Yeah. No longer writing hell. Towards asking whether total supply is 1 billion. I'll be emphasizing this a few more times in subsequent posts, but yes, the total supply is 1 billion. It says that 20% of wallets are interacted with Meteora. Okay, for this question, about 2% is a flat bonus, which means for every word that qualifies for the bonus, you'll receive the same number of MET, which is not volume based, it's fixed. You answer this?
Will you do a stress test for the claim pad? We will be doing some system level tests, but we are not going to launch a mock token or whatever, like what we did with Jupiter to test it. Yeah, because it's rather complicated to do that. So, but we will be doing a lot of rounds of internal testing to make sure that all the functionalities run. We will do some internal stress testing, right, just to make sure that you can handle certain loads.
Yes, asking will the fees and launch will be USDC only? Yes, you'll be USDC only. Earn USDC, never sell a MET. Some IR may apply. Zen yields more than me. I'm a very low bar. I can barely like dumbbell curl like 20. I'm a very low bar. I'm a stick.
No, we all train for TG, no problem.
Just throwing out all the questions again. Not finding the team is radical. I hope everyone sees this as a really strong move. I think times have changed. I think one thing that's very good about Meteora, where we are right now, is that we are quite stable. We are doing quite well, generating quite a amount of fees as a community. So we can really afford not to raise money for the team this time. So this TG is once again really for the community to become liquid, for the community to eat.
Yeah, and this is a good sign, right? Because we don't really require TG to survive, right? So you can rest assured that we'll be around for as long as for a very long time.
Yeah. So Divan is asking about the liquidity distributor. I think one thing I want to tell you is that like when you claim your liquidity position, that transaction will fractionize the NFT and then claim it in one transaction. So you will see one big NFT, you take out the small NFT from the big NFT, and then you keep it, and you will come with the fees. Just FYI.
Yeah, the fees will only be accumulated. So when you claim it, you will get the fees as well.
Yeah, which is the most important part.
Zen could curl TG for sure. Okay.
Where does the unclaimed tokens go? Burn or back to treasury? We'll confirm this right before TG. We'll confirm this later. Yeah, there is no test airdrop, there is no mock MET. We don't intend to launch another token because I think a lot of the community members do not want us to have another token. I think one thing about Meteora is that there's M3, there's Date, there's other tokens, and I think we are a bit tired
of that. Yeah.
Yeah, we are a bit tired of it. Yeah. So I think we are all in agreement that we shouldn't do it.
We don't. We are pretty confident with our testing process, right? To make sure that on the day itself we can handle whatever load that come in. Yeah. Without needing a mock MET.
Yeah. Okay, I think we're good. Please no more mock tokens. Ferry, I agree.
We all agree, yes.
I like Ferry's tits a lot of times. Okay. Guys, we are in the last 10 minutes of community call. I'm more than happy to sit here as long as you guys need to, but the questions that are coming in are all quite similar now, and I think we've answered most of them.
Yep.
We will keep them and share them on all our socials for the next few days so you can review them. I'll be available on Discord and Telegram or Twitter. You can also try tagging Zen on Twitter. He has been posting more tweets recently.
I'll try my best. Yeah.
Yeah, Zen is busy building the products that we all love using. Okay, I'm going to go through Discord. And I see Miir here. Miir, go to bed. You need to be disciplined so that you can recover.
So you can come back tomorrow. I don't see much.
Yeah. So JJ is saying that he's aligned with the steady emission from the team and reserve. Yeah, we wanted to avoid cliffs. The one big lesson for us is we wanted to avoid like supply short events. So no cliffs, no like today 1 million tokens, tomorrow 3 million tokens is on the market. Like we try to minimize as much supply shorts as possible. Once again, for everyone who might be tuning in late, the tracker will be live before TG around next week.
Yep. We'll preempt you guys. We'll share when it's coming out.
Okay, as we wait for more questions to come in, I just want to quickly announce something. So we have added 2 more people to the LP Army role. Big congratulations to Soul Chief and Strode Win for being part of the LP Army and contributing to us. If you guys know Strode Win, he was part of the community tour of 1 or 2 tours ago. We are sharing about his story about how he became an LP Army member. So big shout out to 2 of you. Welcome to the LP Army, and we look forward to the contributions, and we are also very grateful to all the community members who show up every day and contribute to and make Meteora great for users.
Yep. Thank you very much, and welcome. Bullish.
HMC has just texted me saying that he has announcements before the end. I hope I already did it for you. If not, you can hop on Switch and do it yourself as well. And yeah,
HMC on? Yeah.
HMC is here.
I see.
And yeah, Ferry said that he liked the attitude to let it supply free and letting the market find its natural level. That's our plan as well. I think like it's very easy to do a very high variation coin like 10 billion, 5 billion. But if you look around you, no one has an airdrop. We really just want to give out as much value as we can to the community. Yeah, it'll be a big one. Yo,
Yo, what's up, guys?
My man.
hey HMC,
Hey,
are you back home?
Yeah, I'm back home. I'm at work. I'm actually hiding out in the office today, so no cam. But just first want to say thanks, guys, for coming on here and weathering the storm and taking the questions and all of that. I know there's a lot of tough stuff, but and again, congrats to Soul Chief and Strodewin for LP Army. It's well deserved. But I wanted to announce that boot camp number 20 is coming before TGE. It will be October 15th and 16th at 11 p.m. UTC, both days. So yes, that's in the middle of the week. It will be recorded. And just another reminder that the multi-day LP contest is still going. It's all about the biggest percentage, not dollar amount. Information you can find on how to enter that competition is in the Discord announcements on both the LP Army and Meteora Discords. So I encourage everyone to get out there and check that out and give that a try. Top prize is $250 USDC, and we'll be selecting 5 winners from that. So that's all I had. Again, appreciate you guys.
Thanks for the time, HMC.
Thank you, HMC.
Yeah, thanks so much, man. Boot camp. Go and do boot camp. You do it, so I don't have to do it, because I haven't done it. But yeah, looking around. Come, guys. Any final questions? Going once.
Let me see anything.
HMC or Zen in the arm wrestle?
No way, man. No.
No way. Are you sure?
I don't.
We can start a prediction market on it.
Oh wow. Let's go, Matt Darby.
Gita is asking about various group receiving allocation, and I'll just read the whole question. So we won't be targeting any group to be a liquidity distributor or not, other than group status. So for everybody else, you have a total number of MAC that comes from all the various stakeholders, and you have an option. Sorry, You have the option to put it all in LP or not. There'll be no analysis to estimate how much will go directly to users and how much to the liquidity distribution, because the numbers will always be 10% and 38%. Unless we don't sell the whole 10%, then it'll be a lower number and a higher number. But I'm quite sure we'll sell all 10%, so it'll be 10% and 38%. Yeah. All details for the initial liquidity pool range will come in the next few days. I'm waiting for some final details to finalize actually, but we'll have to release it before we release the airdrop tracker. So if you see it delayed, you will still see it before the airdrop tracker. Yeah, the 10% will not be full range fairy cap. Okay, this has been a very exciting day, Zen. We have been working since 2 p.m. at least for meetings. Before that, we were all working at home on our computers.
Yep.
So 9 hours.
Yep. And not to mention the team behind the scenes has been working extremely hard as well to make sure that we have the most impactful TG that we possibly can. Yeah. And you know what I realized that it's been like 9 months since we came on board.
It's been 9 months?
So it's like TG is like our baby, right? So we're nurturing this baby.
Oh, we are ahead of schedule. I think we came on. It's been 7 months. 7 months.
7 months plus.
Yeah.
Months, yeah. So it's interesting. So
we're nurturing the baby.
Yeah. So TG is like a rebirth, right? Rebirth of a baby, right? So we nurture it.
It's the rebirth of a phoenix.
Sleepless nights. Daily worries about this baby, and I'm just very excited that 23rd of October is the day that the rebirth will happen of Meteora. So it's pretty apt, right? So I don't know, it's just a random thought I had.
Yeah.
And it also takes a village to grow a child.
It takes a village to grow a child.
But for us, we take a LP army to bring this child from the ashes, right? So that's why Meteora is using. Phoenix Rising.
Phoenix Rising.
Yeah. But I think one last thing that I really want to highlight is that there's a lot of debates, a lot of suggestions. I think like what we mentioned, let's leave all those in September, right? Metober is a time where I believe that we should all band together, right? And really work together, bring all your support, friends, family, or whatever to come, right? And really rally together to make sure that we have the most impactful and successful TG we possibly can, right? So that's my plea to everybody, right, for the LP Army. So we work as hard as we can to make sure that this is worthwhile and meaningful for everybody.
Yeah. Think about this way, guys. All the long-term pain and suffering for all the teams who have constant unlocks, constant emissions, constant airdrops. For us, it's just all in one day.
Yeah.
Band together as a community and ready to solve that and ready to do well that one day. For the future will be bright after that.
Yeah, because we really want to go back to building products, right? And one thing that I'm proud of in Meteora is that we are not depending on the token, right? Is that we have a proven track record product that you guys have been letting us know about feedbacks about earning fees, however. So we have a working product. So we really want to go back to see how we can further improve the product. Like when we came back, it's like really back to basics and back to technology and back to building products for the community. And that's what I really want to go back to doing.
Yeah. What will I go back to doing? I'll go back to, I think one thing that I want to be doing after TG is that I can't wait to experiment with all the different asset classes I'll bring to life from Meteora, leveraging Meteora's technology to do so. Because like, one thing that came to me recently is that like, if you're launching another meme coin, you won't tell the difference between Meteora and Radium. But if you're doing crazy shit, you should probably come and find me, because we are probably the only AMM team who can keep up with you and do crazy shit with you, which is why all the innovation happens on Meteora. And I'm very excited to keep pushing that forward.
Questions?
Yeah, I think there's one more concern about big wallets taking most of it. We actually looked at the wallet data, like there's no big wallets that control a huge chunk of supply. So I wouldn't worry about one wallet wiping out the whole NFT distributor. So I wouldn't worry about that. Yeah. But yeah, today is another milestone in our push. Bullish.
One step at a time, one day at a time, we'll get there.
Yeah, 16 days to go.
16 days.
Countdown to TGE, 16 days.
Yep. At least now we don't hear the question when TGE.
Yeah.
Yes.
No more when TGE.
No more when TGE.
Yeah.
Which is
Yes.
an achievement for us. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, guys, take care, and we'll see you
What is
next
that?
time.
Okay.